Be honest. That trade didn't hurt because of the money. It hurt because you felt stupid, because you knew better, and still you clicked buy. Now your chest is tight, your mind is racing, and there's this voice saying, just one more trade. I'll get it right back. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Revenge trading isn't greed. It's your nervous system panicking. And until you fix that, the market will keep taking from you. If that hits, stay right here because this might be the moment the cycle finally ends. Do not take revenge, my friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, "It is mine to avenge. I will repay," says the Lord. Romans 12:19. If you've ever told yourself just one more trade and watched it spiral, today's conversation is for you. We're unpacking why you can't stop revenge trading, not from a place of judgment, but from truth. This isn't about willpower or discipline. It's about what's happening in your brain, your nervous system, and your sense of control the moment a loss hits. By the end of this, you'll finally understand the real reason the cycle keeps repeating, and more importantly, how to interrupt it before it costs you again. From an evolutionary standpoint, revenge trading is not a character flaw. It is ancient software running on a modern system it was never designed for. The human brain evolved in environments where loss meant danger. If food was lost, territory taken, or status threatened, immediate action increased survival. Hesitation could mean starvation or even death. So when a trader takes a loss, the brain does not calmly label it statistical variance. It registers it as a threat that must be corrected immediately. This is why losses feel physically uncomfortable. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, focus narrows. Cortisol and adrenaline flood the system. The body prepares for action, not analysis. In evolutionary terms, waiting was risky. Acting fast was protected. In trading, however, speed without clarity turns a single loss into a cascade of impulsive decisions. The same instinct that once kept humans alive now drains accounts. A real-life example shows up outside of trading all the time. Think about someone who gets cut off in traffic and immediately speeds up to retaliate. Nothing rational is gained, but the body demands restoration of dominance. Revenge trading works the same way. A trader loses $300 and immediately enters another trade, not because the setup is clean, but because the nervous system is screaming, "Get it back right now." The market punishes ancient instincts because it is indifferent. It does not care about survival wiring. Profitable traders are not biologically superior. They just train themselves to pause long enough for the prefrontal cortex to come back online. They override the urge to reclaim and choose to wait. Evolution built the impulse, but discipline is the adaptation. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting, because biology explains where the impulse comes from, but psychology explains why it feels so personal. Psychologically, revenge trading is less about money and more about identity. A loss often gets interpreted as a personal failure rather than a neutral outcome. The mind translates red candles into internal dialogue. I should have known better, or I'm bad at this, or I look stupid. Once self-worth is on the line, logic becomes optional. The trade that follows is no longer about probability, it's about self-repair. Loss aversion intensifies this response. Humans feel losses more deeply than gains of the same size. That emotional imbalance creates urgency. The mind wants relief, not accuracy. Entering another trade provides temporary relief from discomfort, even if it increases risks. This is why traders often know the rule, don't trade emotionally, yet break it anyway. Knowledge does not regulate emotion. Regulation does. A real-life parallel is someone sending a long text after an argument just to stop feeling anxious. The message is not always wise. It's sent to reduce discomfort. Revenge trading is emotional texting with money. The trade is entered to quiet shame, frustration, or embarrassment, not because it met criteria. Psychological mastery in trading means learning to tolerate discomfort without acting. The ability to sit with a loss, journal it, and step away is not weakness. It is emotional strength. Consistent traders don't eliminate emotion, they refuse to let emotion drive behavior. And this is where we have to zoom out because the mind doesn't operate in a vacuum. History, identity, and lived experience shape how loss is felt.
Pause. No, seriously, pause for 1 second. If you're watching this right now, it probably means one of two things. You're either trying to make sense of the market or the market just humbled you a little today. Well, first, thank you for being here and watching this channel. That means more than you probably realize. Because trading can feel incredibly lonely. 1 minute you're confident, the next minute price reverses, and you're staring at the screen thinking, what just happened? You study the charts, you watch the videos, you try to follow the rules, but somehow the market still finds a way to hit your stop, shake your confidence, and make you question whether you even belong here. And let me tell you something very clearly. You are not crazy, and you are not the only one experiencing this. Most traders aren't failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they're navigating chaos without structure. They're guessing, they're chasing, they're reacting to price instead of preparing for it. That frustration you feel when price moves exactly where you expected after you close your trade. Yeah, we've all been there. That's exactly why I built this community, a place where traders can stop guessing and start trading with clarity, structure, and confidence. Inside our free community, I share the exact SPY levels I'm watching for the next trading day, the same level institutions are paying attention to. Support, resistance, key areas where decisions actually happen. No fluff, no noise. Just structure that helps you approach the market with freedom and clarity instead of fear and confusion. So if you're serious about becoming a better trader, join our free community using the link in the description. Grab tomorrow's SPY levels, introduce yourself, and let me personally welcome you inside. You don't have to figure this out alone anymore. And if this video helped you even a little, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the community.
Within our Black community, revenge trading cannot be separated from historical and generational context. For centuries, Black people experienced loss without repair. Stolen labor, denied wealth accumulation, redlining, discriminatory lending, delayed justice. That history shapes how loss is experienced today. When money is lost in the market, it often triggers something deeper than disappointment. It touches a collective wound. For many Black traders, the market represents hope, access, and long overdue opportunity. So a loss does not feel neutral. It can feel symbolic. I finally get in, and here's another setback. The urgency to recover money is tied to reclaiming dignity, control, and proof that success is possible. Revenge trading becomes a subconscious attempt to undo not just the trade, but the story. A real life example shows up in entrepreneurship. A Black business owner who was faced systemic barriers may overwork, underprice, or take bad deals out of fear that opportunities won't come again. In trading, this shows up as forcing setups because the belief underneath it says, I can't afford to wait. That belief is not irrational, it was just learned through lived experience. The danger is that markets do not acknowledge history. They reward patience, neutrality, and consistency. Trauma-informed trading education matters because without nervous system safety, discipline feels like denial. Healing revenge trading in the Black community requires regulation, self-trust, and permission to slow down without guilt. Wealth built from survival urgency is unstable. Wealth built from sovereignty is what lasts. But even with all of that context, there's still a deeper question. What do we do with the weight we carry when loss shows up? Well, from a faith-based perspective, revenge trading reveals a struggle between trust and control. Loss tempts the heart to believe that provision depends entirely on immediate action. The thought becomes, if I don't fix this now, I won't be okay. That mindset pulls the trader out of peace and into anxiety-driven effort. But Scripture consistently warns against decisions made outside of stillness. Biblically, revenge trading mirrors moments where people moved ahead of God instead of waiting. Abraham rushed the promise through Hagar. Saul offered sacrifices out of fear of losing control. The intentions were understandable, but impatience produced consequences. In trading, the rushed trade feels productive, but it is often rooted in fear rather than wisdom. A real-life example appears when someone makes a major financial decision while anxious instead of waiting for clarity. Buying a car, quitting a job, or investing under pressure usually leads to regret. The action was driven by fear, not discernment. Revenge trading operates on the same principle. From faith, discipline is not punishment, it is obedience. Waiting after a loss is an act of trust. Journaling instead of re-entering is an act of faith. Be still and know. This is not passive. It is strategic alignment. Trading with peace honors God more than trading with panic. And peace, unlike impulse, compounds. When you understand the biology, heal the psychology, honor the history, and anchor yourself in faith, you stop reacting and you start trading with clarity. Revenge trading is not proof that you are broken. It's proof that your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do. Once you understand that, shame loses its grip. And when shame releases you, clarity becomes possible. This is the moment where cycles end and mastery begins. You don't need more indicators. You don't need another strategy. What you need is the ability to pause without panic, to sit with discomfort without acting, and to trust yourself when emotions rise. That skill alone will save you more money than any setup ever could. Every impulsive trade is a message, not a mistake. It's your mind asking for regulation, for safety, and for structure. When you learn how to listen instead of react, losses stop turning into disasters, and discipline stop feeling like punishment. For too long, many of us have been taught to push harder when the answer was to slow down. But restraint is not weakness, it's wisdom. The traders who last are not the ones who fight the market. They're the ones who understand themselves. You deserve a trading process that doesn't re-traumatize you. One that honors your history, respects your psychology, and supports your growth instead of draining it. Healing your relationship with loss changes how you show up. not just in trading, but in life. This free guide was created to help you interrupt the revenge cycle before it costs you another dollar, another day, or another piece of confidence. It's practical, grounded, and built to meet you in the moment where impulse usually wins. If you're ready to trade with clarity instead of urgency, peace instead of pressure, and intention instead of reaction, click the link in the description and download your free guide on how to stop revenge trading. Your next level doesn't require more effort. It requires a better response to it. You've got this. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.